Coming up on UCF Nightly News. Find out how students dealt with the campus-wide Wi-Fi issue.
Learn about how preserving water can help COVID-19 patients.
We'll tell you which guest speaker is coming to the Pegasus Ballroom.
And find out what new wrestling match is coming to UCF.
Nightly News starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to Nightly News. I'm Adriana Aquino.
And I am Aidari Riera. Today is Friday, September 17, 2021.
With almost 72,000 UCF students, university websites are used daily. But a server malfunction caused many of those websites to crash unexpectedly. Nightly News reporter Clara Melo de Paula tells us how this issue left people cut off from UCF services.
A server outage left most of UCF's websites unreachable on Thursday. UCF IT first reported on the outage at 10 a.m., leaving many students not being able to complete assignments and tests. Fisher Peacock, a legal studies major, says he was able to log into web courses, but he was logged out while taking an exam.
I actually had to email my professor and tell him, hey, it logged me out, and because it took my attempt and everything, so I had to email him, and he's going to let me make it up tomorrow, hopefully, whenever the web courses are fixed.
Students also had trouble trying to connect to the Wi-Fi on campus. UCF IT worked all day Thursday to troubleshoot UCF services such as web courses, MyUCF, and Knight's email to get them up and running again. Marketing major Stephanie Monroy noticed the problem early in the morning when trying to take a quiz and still hasn't been able to contact her professor.
Well, my email isn't working either, like my Outlook, but I texted my friends and they said their teachers are aware of it, and I called IT and they were like, yeah, our system's down, but we're gonna let all your teachers know, so hopefully they know.
UCF IT kept students updated throughout the day while they were attempting to fix the problems. In Orlando, Clara, Melo de Paula, UCF Nightly News.
UCF IT fixed the problem at midnight and all websites are now functioning. IT sent emails to instructors to be aware of the issue.
Apart from not having Wi-Fi, UCF may be faced with limiting their water usage. The Orlando Utilities Commission is urging residents to cut down on how much water they use. The oxygen is normally used to purify water. Now, hospitals are requiring more of that supply to treat people with COVID-19. A UCF official says he cannot confirm if the university is cutting down its water usage. Student government spokeswoman Jasmine Fletcher says she thinks university officials are doing what they can.
I think that although we haven't necessarily seen anything externally from the university, I do trust that UCF will follow through whatever our local guidelines and local experts encourage the university to do.
Local guidelines ask residents to stop watering their lawns and take shorter showers. Students can voice concerns at the student government office.
President Joe Biden announced a new policy for employers with more than 100 associates to require vaccinations. Biden's policy will impact more than 80 million workers in private businesses. Unvaccinated employees must show a weekly negative COVID test. Employers must offer paid time off for vaccinations or testing. Florida is one of the 23 states that joined the coalition, arguing that the new policy is illegal. Nightly News will keep you updated.
UCF is taking part in a new kind of race. The 4U's Protect You competition involves 4 Florida universities. Nightly News reporter Philip Wright tells us how getting vaccinated can help UCF come in first place.
In an effort to increase vaccinations among students, UCF has partnered with other universities for the 4U's Protect You campaign. UCF, USF, and FSU compete against each other for the most vaccinated students on campus. UCF Biomedical Sciences major Justin Barthel says he has no doubt UCF will win the competition.
When vaccinations were actually accessible to regular everyday college students, we had an incredibly successful vaccine rollout.
While COVID vaccinations continue to be on the rise here at UCF, it may not be the same for FSU, one of the competitors in this competition. FSU student Lola Musa says that she is unsure about taking the vaccine. She says lots of students do not wear a mask on the FSU campus.
If every person who doesn't wear a mask got vaccinated, then I would say that there's a pretty big number of vaccinated students.
UCF has vaccinated more than 20,000 students as of today. The competition is expected to end at the end of September, so if you want UCF to win, go ahead and book that vaccine appointment. In Orlando, Philip Wright, UCF Nightly News.
Nightly News will keep you updated while the competition lasts.
More than 1 in 10 Americans invested in cryptocurrency over the past year. UCF Alumni Foundation announced that they are accepting crypto as donations. Nightly News reporter Okelo Peña gives us a look into the changing wave of the market.
Cryptocurrency is going mainstream, rising in popularity for countries and companies. Ukraine and El Salvador are now accepting cryptocurrency as a form of payment. AMC also announced by the end of 2021 they will accept cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. Financial experts believe this is only the beginning. The UCF Alumni Foundation announced that they are accepting crypto in donations.
Crypto transactions can be done mobily and converted into US dollars. The market, however, does rapidly change and causes some big financial risk.
With little government regulation and market swinging week to week, crypto's value raises questions for some investors. UCF senior business management major Carlos Perez says the up and down market is too risky for him.
It's more easier to get into because I feel like it's better to understand the crypto part.
UCF professor of finance Pradip Kumar Ramanlaw says for investors to beware of the apps developed for transactions.
And so it's not that the speculator is going to make money that's important. It is the institutions that provide services in relation to cryptocurrency that are going to make.
Ramanlaw also says for businesses accepting crypto, it can likely go down. In Orlando, Okelo Peña, UCF Nightly News.
UCF Alumni says the foundation accepts cryptocurrency in order to receive donations from donors wherever they are.
State Representative Randy Fine filed a bill Wednesday to ban critical race theory in Florida. According to a press release, House Bill 57 will end the use of the theory across all levels of Florida government. Governor Ron DeSantis previously banned the use of critical race theory in public elementary schools back in June. If Fine's bill passes, critical race theory will be banned in all public schools, universities, state agencies, municipal and private government.
Speaking of bill passings, student government voted to grant funds to Turning Point USA for the first time. The conservative organization plans to use this money to bring Kelly McKinney to campus. Nightly News reporter Jessica Toshironi tells us how both parties are reacting.
McInerney is an on-air political correspondent for Fox News. She is most known for being the 33rd White House press secretary for the Trump administration. Next month, Turning Point USA will host McInerney in the Pegasus Ballroom.
Although it is projected that only 300 students are allowed to see McInerney speak, Turning Point USA says that students of any political background are free to sign up for the event.
Michael Sciarrino is the secretary of Turning Point USA. He says that he hopes this event will bring nothing but good fortune to the UCF community.
I definitely want more people to get positives out of the event rather than just go to start madness. I don't think that would be fair to the students who want to have Kaylee here, which are a good amount.
Although conservative students may love the idea of McInerney coming to campus, others might not have the same views. Dylan Hall is the president of the UCF College of Democrats. He says that bringing McInerney to campus is a product of a poorly ran student government.
What it reflects is a student government that's frankly out of control in terms of just giving conservative organizations whatever they want.
McInerney is scheduled to visit UCF on October 20th. Tickets have not been released yet, but when they do, students can head over to Eventbrite to claim a ticket. In Orlando, Jessica Tucciaroni, UCF Nightly News.
Nightly News will keep you updated on McInerney's arrival to UCF.
Speaking of arriving at UCF, Christian, how's the weather looking like today?
Well, today looks a little cloudy. We're currently sitting at 79 degrees with a lot of humidity. Humidity is sitting at 90% with this morning with a little light breeze. Wind is at 5 miles per hour with a 60% chance of rain and a slight chance of thunderstorms. So make sure you keep an umbrella handy today. Now back to you, Adriana and Edari.
When we come back, we'll take a look at how UCF is taking part in Hispanic Heritage Month.
Plus, find out how a film festival aims to erase stereotypes of the Latinx community.
It is time to celebrate, and I know you feel the same, Aidari. Hispanic Heritage Month is finally among us. UCF is planning several events to recognize our growing Hispanic community. Nightly News reporter Christian Felt tells us about what the Latinx community is focusing on this year.
For Hispanic Heritage Month, the Puerto Rico Research Hub and the Multicultural Student Center have teamed up to host several events. Director of the Research Hub, Fernando Rivera, says the Hispanic population at UCF is continuing to grow.
That the numbers from the 2020 census are coming out, and it's showing us that in a decade there's been a significant growth of our Hispanic population, not only in the United States, the state of Florida, and also Central Florida, and also UCF.
UCF is a Hispanic-serving institution. Rivera says Heritage Month displays the contributions of the Latinx community. For the fall 2021 semester, over 29% of undergraduate students identify as Hispanic or Latino, making UCF eligible for additional federal funding. Coordinators say the kickoff event Estamos Aquí, or We Are Here, aims to provide a safe space on campus. Deborah Coffey, the culture director at MSC, says a sense of community is important for the college experience.
Finding your pack, finding your squad, your clique is just really crucial. And if you don't have that, it can become a really lonely place. And thankfully, our university has so many opportunities.
Coffey says the return of in-person events helps keep students connected. In Orlando, Christian Felt, UCF Nightly News.
Hispanic Heritage celebrations run through October 15th. Visit events.ucf.edu for more information.
UCF screened their first ever Latin American Latinx Film Festival. The multi-day festival began Thursday as part of the Hispanic Heritage Month. Knightly News reporter Kelly Gilmore tells us what this new event means for the representation of Hispanics in the media.
UCF's first ever Latinx Film Festival is helping break the stigma of common roles played by Latinx people. Feature films showcase Hispanics outside of the narrow stereotypes they are usually casted in. Gisela Hernandez is a UCF theater major alumni. Hernandez says that although she has a love for the craft of acting, she has experienced being confined to stereotypical roles as a Hispanic actress.
That's the roles that they're casting. They want to cast these stereotypes. They're not trying to shine a different light on us.
According to the National Hispanic Media Coalition, negative stereotype casting of Hispanics is very common in television and film. As students enter the Visual Arts Building for the first night of the film festival, attendees will be shown films that can spark meaningful conversations in our UCF community. Event organizer Annabelle Conroy says that the 6 films played throughout the festival will show more than just one layer to Hispanic culture.
So we try to stay away from stereotypes. And I think that the film festival does a really good job of that because they show the full person.
Conroy says that the festival is an opportunity for stereotypes to be broken. In Orlando, Kelly Gilmore, UCF Knightly News.
The Latinx Film Festival will run on select days through October 28.
When we come back, find out how the weather could affect your weekend plans.
Plus, how a cooking class is teaching students to eat healthy. UCF is offering a new peer-to-peer support system to help students who struggle with mental health challenges. The online system Togetherness connects UCF students at UCF and other universities. UCF's counseling and psychological services say they want this to help students find resources for their mental health. Licensed mental health professionals will monitor the system. To learn more, you can visit togetherall.com.
For students who are looking to eat healthier, Kitchen U is back to bring you the latest cooking classes. The organization wants to encourage a nutritious lifestyle among students. Knightly News reporter Flor Angel Rodriguez tells us what to expect about the healthy options.
The Fresh U cooking classes are back after the pandemic. Fresh U teaches students to cook and incorporate more vegetables in their diets. Stephanie Spies is a wellness education manager at UCF. She says hosting this class after the pandemic was crucial as many students need to regain their healthy habits.
It was really important for us to bring this service back as soon as we could so that we teach students those skills that they're not learning in high school anymore. So there's not those home ec classes. And so we wanted to make sure that we were offering it again.
Spy says these classes are important because many students eat 0 to 1 vegetable per day.
This is the first time Fresh U Kitchen teaches students how to cook a healthy meal after the pandemic. This is a great way for students to get back on their healthy habits post-COVID-19.
Alexia Aldinger is a health sciences major. She says these cooking classes are necessary because students were eating poorly during the pandemic.
It's really easy just to go into your fridge or your pantry and just grab whatever looks good at the moment. But when you're out of the house a lot more, you have to kind of think in advance for what you want to get. So I think this really helps with the idea of meal prep.
Aldinger says meal prep stops students from eating unhealthy by having a pre-made balanced meal. These classes teach students basic nutrition and cooking skills like chopping an onion. In Orlando, Florencio Rodriguez, UCF Nightly News.
For more information on the cooking classes, visit events.ucf.edu.
I don't know about you, Adriana, but I'm hungry now. What about you, Christian? Tell us how the weather is holding up.
Well, let's take a look at our statewide forecast. For our highs, we have Tallahassee with an 86, Jacksonville 88, Tampa 87, Orlando 90, and Miami 89. For lows, we have Tallahassee at 72, Jacksonville at 73, Tampa 75, Orlando 75, and Miami 77. For precipitation, we got Tallahassee at 70%, Jacksonville 30, Tampa 80, Orlando 60, and Miami 60. Now let's look at our 5-day forecast. For Saturday, we got highs of 89, low of 74, and a 70% chance of rain. Sunday, 89, low of 74, 70% chance of rain. Monday, high of 88, low of 75, 70% chance of rain. Tuesday, high of 88, low of 75, 60% chance of rain. Wednesday, high of 88, low of 74, 60% chance of rain. So we got a lot of rain this week. Back to you, girls.
Coming up in sports, see how UCF women's volleyball charge on in a win against Florida Gulf Coast.
Plus, find out how the football team is preparing for the big game against Louisville.
And find out what wrestling match will happen at UCF for the first time.
Welcome back, Knight Nation. My name is Tyler Karen, and here is your UCF Sports Update. The Knights volleyball team conquered Florida Gulf Coast University for the second time this week. After defeating Miami Thursday morning, the Knights went on to take another victory against FGCU that same evening. Neither the Knights nor the Eagles held strong leads throughout the game. Outside hitter McKenna Melville led the Knights to victory with 14 kills and 15 points. Nightly News will keep you updated on when the Knights take the court again. UCF men's soccer hits the road to battle the Memphis Tigers Saturday after their most recent win. The team scored 6 goals in their win against Florida Gulf Coast last Saturday at UCF. Alessandro Campoy led the Knights by scoring 4 of those goals. Their next match against Memphis will be their kickoff to conference play. The last time the two played, UCF won 3-0. The game will take place at 1 p.m. Saturday at the soccer complex. The UCF football team will put their perfect record on the line tonight against Louisville. The Knights traveled to take on the Cardinals after their blowout victory over Bethune-Cookman last Saturday. Louisville stands at 1-1 on the season, coming off a 30-3 victory over Eastern Kentucky last weekend. Head coach Gus Malzahn says that playing on the road is always a challenge. This is especially true at Cardinal Stadium, which can hold over 60,000 fans.
On the road, it's about communication, handling that. The good thing for us is we got a veteran offensive line, we got a veteran quarterback, a veteran running back, so hopefully that'll help.
Along with the noise, the Knights defense will be put to the test by Louisville quarterback Malik Cunningham. Cunningham has thrown for nearly 500 yards over the last 2 games while also rushing for over 100. To watch the game, tune into ESPN tonight at 7:30. UCF is now all elite. All Elite Wrestling will be making their Orlando debut at Edition Arena. The show is coming to campus on October 23rd. It will be the first nationally televised show in Orlando. The company is the second largest promotion in North America, with their flagship show airing on TNT. AEW's Director of Live Events, Raphael Morphy, said the Orlando is a market they have always kept an eye on.
We always had this particular market and specifically, as you asked, this venue in mind to play. So this has been the only venue we've looked at in terms of an arena. Like I said,
Morphy said that AEW wants UCF students at the show and to enjoy the weekend. It sure is a great time to be a Knight with all the sports happening in Orlando. Adrian and Adari, back to you guys.
That's all the time we have for now. Thank you for joining us. Remember, you can always keep updated with us during the week on our website, nightlynews.ucf.edu.
And if you've got a story idea you want us to know about, send it our way. You can reach us at nightlynews@ucf.edu. Thanks for watching and have a great day.